Hi, everyone. Welcome back to your favorite real estate podcast, Real Talk Atlanta. We are your hosts, Neika W.
I'm Tiesha Renee.
I'm Herve Dor.
And I'm Ashley Lorray.
And today, you guys, we have a very special guest. He is an entrepreneur. He is a proud member of the Haitian Commerce. And lastly, he is one of my all-time favorite insurance agent, Herve Dor.
Hey,
Thank you.
Welcome.
Hi, Herve. Thank you for joining us today.
It's my pleasure.
I love that. I love that.
Hey, this is G Hervo. I just want to be very clear. Like, the man is real smooth, y'all.
Okay. He got his Amiri sneakers on. It's just like
humble right
we'll
now.
give him money.
We'll do a fit check. We'll do a little fit check.
We need a shoe cam.
We're so excited. So today, this episode, Herve is going to enlighten us about all things home insurance and why it is so important and so crucial to have home insurance when you're going through the home buying process.
Sure.
But on every of our episode, we do have our first segment, which is Peaks of the Day. Peaks of the Week.
Peak of the week. Of the day.
Yeah.
Peak period.
Peak period. So this is where we, Herve, if you don't know, this is where we highlight anything personal, professional, or something that you want to, either you have somebody to shout out or...
Anything you want to brag on. Anything you want to brag on.
Okay.
Start?
Well, yeah, let me start. I guess I want to highlight the Haitian Chamber of Commerce. I'm a board member. Been a board member since 2020.
Nice.
Which has really helped me growing my business. It's probably the reason why I'm a business owner right now. So, yeah, shout out to Haitian Chamber of Commerce. Join the Chamber of Commerce.
Period.
Period.
Love the Haitians.
I love that. So could you tell us more about that? Like, what is the Chamber of Commerce? Like, as far as like the Haitian Chamber of Commerce, for anybody's asking.
Sure. So the Chamber of Commerce exists to help build businesses, help give you resources, help surround you with other like-minded people. Because if you guys know, your environment is, a big part of who you are and what you're going to become. So it's just creating that ecosystem so that you have a resource and a tool to help grow personally and professionally.
Your environment is your retirement, honey. So.
Yeah.
Oh.
What about you guys? What's your peak?
I'll go. My peak of the week is I just had a very fun week with my dad.
Oh, yeah. You was at the golf course every day.
Child, I was at the golf course. If y'all play golf, I can let y'all know I was on par twice.
Okay.
What does that mean?
I play both. Yeah,
These ladies are not seasoned.
I don't know.
But yeah, my dad comes down here. I try to get him I'm trying to do it quarterly, but we had a good time. We played a lot of golf, we went bowling.
Nice.
I love a daddy's girl.
I'm a daddy girl. I love him. Hey, John.
Since we on parents, my peak of the week is my parents are in town.
Her mom's actually here.
My mother is in the studio. Y'all can't see her, but she's behind the camera.
Hey, Mom.
And
Happy
my dad, it's going to be her birthday. So tell my mom happy birthday. And then my dad's here for the first time. So he just got to see my house and all the good things.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm excited to show them Atlanta this weekend.
Awesome. My peak, what happened this week? I got a couple of new clients, but I'm excited. I have my second closing of the month coming up this
Period.
week. I'm just so ready.
Is that our clients are neighbors?
Yes, our clients are literally neighbors.
Yes, neighbors. I had a neighbor client with River, and I got a neighbor client with Ashley.
Posted on her story, I was like, my client is like one door over. Like, oh my gosh. Yeah.
I'm gonna tell her, I'm gonna be like, go next door because
Check on. I love that.
They should like bring each other like a welcome home back.
I know. I'm gonna tell her. I'm gonna be like, the new neighbor over there, I know her. Be her friend.
I think your neighbor let my brother use her Wi-Fi when he didn't turn on his utilities at one
I
time.
remember that.
It's good to know who's around.
Yeah.
I got good clients.
Atlanta's so small. It's crazy. It's
That's
crazy.
good.
What about you, Neika? What you got going on?
My peak of the week. I'm grateful to be alive.
Period.
Yeah.
Life.
Yeah.
Life is a peak of the week.
Period. Yeah. I feel like I think this week somebody told me like ever since you quit your job, I just seen this glow. And I feel
Seriously.
Yeah, literally.
Seriously, please. I'm happy let that teaching go. Because they were stressing you out.
Okay. You know, it started to show.
Yeah.
It started to show. I'm glad. I just feel like really good, like in a really good mental space.
Good.
So I'm happy.
I love that for you.
I had a job to quit.
So for this episode, we want to start out with you, Herve. We want to know a little bit more about you.
All right.
Where you from? What brought you here? Like, what led you here?
Gotcha.
Give us the tea, all the tea.
All the tea?
All the tea.
This is the real.
Real.
All right, so where do I start? Like I said, I'm Haitian American, born in Boston originally, been down here for like 20 years now.
Wow.
Let's see, I'm from, Cobb, Mob County, I like to say.
Not Mob County.
Mob
Okay.
County.
County out here.
Really?
Yeah, Mob County. Okay.
The police don't play out here. I know.
No, seriously, don't get a ticket in Cobb County.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
seriously. Like, it's not the city to do that type of stuff in. But I said, went to Georgia State, studied mathematics.
We did
Me
too.
too. I didn't know that.
Some
Yeah.
Panthers, all right. Class of
Shout out
2017.
to Panthers.
Oh, that's
Hey, me too. I'm 2017. Not from Georgia State, but yeah.
okay.
But yeah, let me see. So I decided not to pursue mathematics and decided to go into law enforcement. Used to do cash logistics, worked for companies like Garda, ATM Response, delivering money to banks, servicing ATMs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, all that good stuff.
I would be nervous doing that. Okay.
I was securing the bag for real. Like I was the one, shotgun on my back, gun on my hip, delivering money to. Yeah.
Really?
It's dangerous.
That's dangerous.
Yeah.
It was, yeah.
So what led you to insurance and being into the real estate industry?
So I actually had two family members that passed away. One in 2016, my little brother passed away. In 2018, my older brother passed away. And that was like a pivotal moment. So I had to,
For sure.
find something safe to do. I couldn't be out there in the field anymore. It was too much. So, I was looking for something that I could, make a decent amount, help people out, and take the security mindset I had doing that type of stuff and apply it in something else. And insurance fell in my lap, and it's been up since then.
Insurance bag ever since.
Insurance bag ever since. And that's trademark, so don't use that.
That's them.
I love that. I love that. So how do you feel like now that you have, so we know you're an insurance agent, right? We're going to get into what is homeowners insurance next, but is there any advice, that you could possibly reflect on to kind of tribulations or anything you've been through that kind of you appreciate it happened to that led you here?
I think it was the accumulation of all my experiences. Like I said, I've developed a big security mindset, like a risk mindset through all the different positions that I had, doing armed security, delivering money to banks, and that type of forecasting and trying to figure out the probability of certain things happening. I took that and apply that to insurance. So it's just all of those experiences help shape my mindset, and now I can use that in a way to help other people.
That's great.
That.
Sure.
Yeah.
And insurance is such a major industry, and I'm super excited about this episode because it's I feel like the one thing my clients always want to cut corners on if they want to save some money is the insurance.
Yes.
I got to get this coverage. I need the insurance and stuff like that. So I'm excited to dive into the importance of homeowners insurance, like everybody.
Yeah.
They always
I
want to
love
know,
that.
why do I have to pay 12 months up front prepaid?
Because don't ask no
Or
questions.
not
Just do it.
even, I'm glad you said that because sometimes I do fall into the mindset hey, Herve, can you give me the cheapest quote for my client? To make it work because it's usually toward the end and it's really when numbers are really crushed up. And you're I need the cheapest quote to make this deal work. And it's really a pivotal thing. And then until after you move in your home and you're finding out the importance of having homeowners insurance and how it can potentially save your investment.
For sure.
So let's get into it.
Yeah, so break it down. Tell us tell the people what homeowners insurance really.
So homeowners insurance, so y'all pay probably the biggest part in the homeowners process, right? Y'all help them secure the bag, right? Their home is an asset. It's something that builds generational wealth. So like Neika said, homeowners insurance is kind of like the last step in that process, right? You got to prove you found the home, everything is good. But now, especially the way homeowners insurance has kind of risen, a lot of times they have to be within a certain DTI to qualify for the home. So that's when I'm getting called, yo, I need this to be $800 each. It's not that work. But I understand y'all point of view. So I'm like, okay, yeah, we got to figure out a way to make this happen because there's no them having homeowners insurance if they don't get the house.
Right.
So, we find a way to make that work. And that's typically by bundling, adding a life insurance policy, which they should get anyway. All this stuff is things that they really should do to make the premium as best as possible. But then afterwards, we kind of add more tailored coverages. Like if you got a Rolex or a watch, we add that to your policy. If you, have a Texas tank that's a little bit older, we put that endorsement in, things like that. But So we start off with just bare bones to get you to closing.
Right.
And then we add everything back on.
To build it out.
Yeah. So what does homeowners insurance cover? Like if a home, for because we have buyers looking at our audience or buyers, new realtors, new agents. So to explain to them, what does that cover exactly?
So broadly, homeowners insurance covers any accidental broad-based peril that happens on the home. What it doesn't cover, and what a lot of home buyers kind of get confused, is like maintenance. Right?
That's what home warranty comes in.
Yeah.
That's what a home warranty comes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
But you
I hope
can't,
y'all listening.
No, but you can't buy a home, right, with a 20-year-old roof and think, the day afterwards, I'm putting a claim, we're going to get a new roof. No, that's not how that works. Or, oh my God.
Well.
They will try it.
Okay.
Look again, Lana.
Right, like I had a client, close one day, next week, had to get a whole brand new kitchen. It was...
Talking about our client.
It flooded.
I wasn't going to say it.
What happened? Why did they have to get a kitchen? Did they get the kitchen?
No, so here's the story really. It had to do with the investor that sold them the house. So they did a renovation. The house looked brand new. Everything was working. And then literally, he did insure the bag, right? Literally, as soon as they moved in a week after, she's doing the dishes. Everything is fine. Her husband is outside. He's like, wait. Water is coming down the wall in the back. She was like, what? She was like, water is coming back. Come to find out, the investor of the home had, they did something. It was like the pipe.
Sketchy work.
Yes, sketchy work. So it was, nothing is connected behind those walls. So what had,
they not
in the
getting
inspection report. Oh, yeah. So I'm like, what was going on? Let me pull up the inspection report. It's not on the inspection report. There is no way that the inspector
must have had the water
would have
off.
found that.
Yeah, because it was behind the wall. So inspectors can't go in the wall. And from an insurance standpoint, that was already there. So you can't, put a claim for something that already happened.
So just so I'm clear, if it's a pre-existing thing with the home and you get homeowners insurance and then you find out, the issue arises because of a pre-existing condition, homeowners insurance doesn't cover.
No, it has to happen
while you own it.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
That's a good point.
Now, what about, because I heard homeowners insurance also covers theft in the home if someone breaks into your house.
Limited.
Okay.
And if you have a lot of cash in your home, you have to get an endorsement to cover that. But I think most policies start off at $5,000 at most in this loose cash that you'll cover. Anything else like property would be in your coverage C, your personal property coverage.
Okay.
Good
to know.
Another question kind of along the lines of that, because I have a lot of clients who, and y'all know I love y'all, they just swear they got all this stuff. I got all the drip. I got to be coming trim. I got all this stuff in my house. What if my house catches fire? Something like that, or just some type of uncontrollable external factor that may mess up the home. How does it protect the things inside your home if something was to happen to your house?
Can't get that drip back.
Yeah, but you can though. That's if you have the right policy, you can. But a lot of
which policy is that?
Right, the most expensive, not 800.
But a lot of these policies, they'll cover personal property at actual cash value, right?
Okay.
Which is actual cash value takes into account depreciation of whatever you have. So it's like you buying something used. They'll give you what you can pay for it used, but really you want a replacement cost. Because if you have a Louis bag, right, and something happens to it, you want to be able to go get a brand new Louis bag.
Right.
You don't want to get a used one.
Not the used one.
So I need to put my bag on my insurance. Do I need to send them a picture? What I got to do?
Yeah, the certificate of authenticity and all that.
Really?
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Keep your receipts.
Yeah,
Yeah,
keep
but-
your receipts.
With that's when you itemize your certain personal property. So if you got Rolexes, chains, golf clubs, fine art, things that are high ticket value items that you might take outside the home too, right? Then you can itemize it. If something happens to it, they'll cut you a check, $0 deductible for you to go get something new.
Nice.
And now, is there a specific name for the policy that will encompass all of those things? Because I think when people first buy homes, the first thing they start thinking about is the what ifs, right? I think as real estate agents, we always get those clients who are like, well, what if this happens and what if that happens? So I guess, is there a specific policy that insures all that? If so, can you tell us what that is?
Yeah. How do we find the right policy?
How do we go back insuring that?
Right. So, that's just going to be your standard HO5 homeowners insurance policy. But the things I'm talking about are additional endorsements to add on to that HO5 policy. Now, what you don't want to get, especially if you want those type of things, is a DP3, which is a dwelling protection, one of those. But you don't want that because that's just bare bones coverage. You're not going to have no liability coverage, no personal property. That's
That's the
just
cheapest, right?
Stay away
that's the
from that
cheapest.
one.
Yeah, that's what I don't do.
You got to pay to play. I mean, I think
Yeah.
you say it all the
Yeah.
time.
I gotta look at my insurance.
No, I'm literally over here thinking like,
what do I got?
I
Right.
gotta start itemizing and thinking about the things.
Yeah,
in my
I feel like
house.
people don't think about it until it's too late.
Mhm.
Because we, like I said, we joke about this all the time, but we always put insurance in a back burner just in case. Because we always think, it ain't gonna happen.
And then when it
Until it
happens,
happens,
you're
and it
like,
happens.
oh man,
Yeah.
I didn't
See,
do
I
that.
done told him.
That's the thing, because like a lot of agents, they'll do like just give you like the most cheapest policy or whatever, right? But we're here for the long haul. So I'm saying, like they're gonna be my clients hopefully 10 plus years, right? So when X hits the fan, they want to call me like, oh, do I have coverage for this? And the last thing I want to do is be like,
No. You did not insure the bag.
they're looking at me sick. So
It's good to think about because, like, y'all know, I just like recently got a new car, and when I was shopping around for insurance, I really wanted to go after I saw my monthly payment. I wanted to just get the cheapest one I could find. But y'all, literally, like a couple weeks ago, I was driving home one night and someone rear-ended me and drove off. And I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad that I literally just got like the best coverage.
What,
Because-
recently a new car?
Yeah, someone
What?
rear-ended me. It was a matte black Range Rover. If y'all see him on the road, but
Watch out.
I'm like, I don't know if it was you. I think
yeah,
it was
but
you.
like people don't think about that. Like, what if? And in a home, like that's your most expensive asset that you
Yeah,
own, and you want to
absolutely.
protect it.
Yeah.
So it's really important. To
I like that you equated it to cars because I think that's a more simple way to think of things. I think I had a similar experience. Excuse me, I'm a little under the weather. When I bought my truck, I had went in the dealership and she's like, well, how much you look for pay for it? No. And I'm like, you know, if anybody know me, my last car was paid off when I was in college. So I've been too beating no. I'm like, you know, under $600. She was like,
be for
you're
real.
actually in the wrong dealership. We don't even sell no cars. Mercedes, where the note is less than $600. So by the time I got my note, I'm like,
Dang.
yeah, right. That's the thing too.
and then they pull out the insurance options. I'm like, well, hold on.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait.
I'm not even really gonna be driving a car like that. So don't even. But when she started explaining certain things like having gap insurance, and I think it's similar to what you're talking about,
yeah.
you can have just enough coverage to, you know, protect you if you get into an accident with somebody else. You can have enough coverage on your home to, like, you know, get the regular wear and tear. But the minute something detrimental happens and you didn't want to pay the extra $50 a month, you're going to be sick. Like $50 on the front end could save you $50,000 on the
Right.
back end. So it's like, it's always worth it.
Or even like when I know I you might know him, Shanae. Yeah, like when he's housed, one of our mutual friends, he's housed.
How you know he wasn't telling his business?
No, this is another one.
That is name. Okay. Whoever you are.
Social
Yeah.
Security
Right.
1289.
Sorry to that man.
No, he's just a common friend of us. He broadcasted, like he is a broadcaster, so he broadcasted the whole thing. But his house burned down, right? But the insurance was able to provide him for like lodging and house and rentals and all that stuff while they building his house back. So what does that, as far as like home insurance, what policy is that?
So that's all in your homeowner's policy.
Okay.
That's what you call loss of use coverage. So if your home is uninhabitable or you can't live in it for an extended period of time, they'll pay for hotels, lodging, transportation,
It's amazing.
Nice.
all that good stuff.
And most plans have that.
Most plans should.
His plan does.
His plan got it.
Right. But go back to what you're saying, like that little difference in cost when you have that much more coverage, like you don't think of that when stuff actually happens. Like the premium is never the problem, it's the solution.
I love that.
What do you think like the average cost is for a good homeowner's insurance plan?
If you have good credit, if you have,
Not trying to look at my credit too.
credit.
Look at my credit too.
That explains it.
Wait, before you get into it, break that down. Like, what are y'all actually looking at to get us to, like, how we...
Yeah, that's
just for
interesting.
cars.
Yeah.
so just like how you have a credit score, you have an insurance score.
What?
Or like the
Oh, is
points
it based
and
on your
stuff?
like
Is it-
driving record? If it's
Oh, no,
car
that's
insurance, like
Or the inspection, because you be asking for that report.
I guess for the report so I can see the property. But
Yeah.
so your insurance score is based off of a couple of things, right? Your credit score, the length of time that you were with your current insurer, how many claims you have on your record. Let's see what else.
Even renter's insurance?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eviction.
Definitely want to see that.
yeah.
Let's see, like claims history.
Does age play a factor?
Age plays. If you're married,
Ooh, my mama
if you're married, you have better insurance.
If you want your parents' insurance versus getting your own.
Exactly.
Wow.
Insured.
And that's how you guys end up coming with what that monthly premium is going to look like.
That, and then you take into account the actual risk itself, because $1 million home insurance is going to be less than a $200,000
bando.
So
A bando. Yeah, exactly. Insure the bando though too. Like
a little too, but not with me.
So I do have one question in terms of like, there are all these different insurance providers, people who are like, I'm a private insurance person and I'm a this or that. And I think a lot of times, especially like when we tell our clients, you can look for your own insurance, they're looking for the cheapest route. How do we prevent clients and buyers from like falling victim to the scams that be happening?
Good one.
Yeah, so I mean, my thing is, if you could pick up the phone and call your agent, you have a pretty decent policy, right? Like I said, like it's all about, do you have faith in that agent's ability to protect your assets? Right? Because I'm over here looking for your best interest. Right? Because I don't want you calling me at 2:00 in the morning asking me, do I have this coverage? Because if you don't know your agent, you're probably going to call a call center and they're not invested in seeing or your family's financial success.
So just like they vet the realtors, they should be doing the same thing for their insurance.
Exactly. Because just like they're going to use y'all for multiple deals and investing.
Right.
We're going to be with them for X amount of years, hopefully as long as they have that home in the next home. And
that's why they build that, because my mama don't let us get nothing without going through her insurance. She can give us the best deal.
No, I love that too, because I think beforehand I used to always think like, oh girl, call State Farm. They'll take care of it. Call Allstate. And I never... Don't call. I'm not saying call nobody. I'm just throwing out some examples. But I'm saying more so like I kind of thought all insurance agents and companies were all about the same. Like, get your insurance and things like that. So I think that's really good to know.
Yeah, just like how all realtors ain't built the same.
Period.
All insurance agents.
Say it again. Look at the camera.
All service providers are not built the same. Find the one that you trust, that you mess with, and they'll have your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
I love it.
And that's why it's good too, like you said, to bundle up. Like, don't just get health insurance with one person or home insurance. You can get your life insurance or whatever it is with the same agent.
Exactly. Because I'm looking at your total financial picture, right? Like if you just bought a home, if anything happens to you, I want to make sure that home is paid off. So I'm going to put a 30-year term, 15-year term policy, make sure that's good. Then I want to make sure that you got some stuff for your estate. So I'm going to do a whole life policy. I'm going to do IUL.
Oh, so you're a full service insurance.
I insure each type of bag, especially business. I love doing business insurance. That's where my heart is at too, because I like
we need to chat.
Yeah.
And one thing I want to note really quickly too, because I don't want some, if there's like potential buyers out there. So when you purchase a home, you have to pay your home insurance. But even if your home is paid off, you still have to insure your home as well. I feel like some people probably think once the house is paid off, they don't got to do nothing after that.
What you got to say about that, Herve?
Well, technically, your mortgage company is not going to force you, or nobody could force you to have homeowners insurance once it's paid off, right? But it's like, would you want to rebuild a home out of what you have in your bank account?
Nope. Maybe I'll be living in the bando.
Nope. Okay. Going back moving with my parents.
I too will be moving in.
The whole point is like transferring the risk from you to the insurance company. That's all having insurance is, transferring the risk from one person to another.
Yeah. It's basically saying, I'll pay you this little bit every month and you got my back in case something happened in the future.
Exactly.
I think that is a very good point. Like as far as like what homeowners insurance, what role it plays. So we love that. Okay, so one last thing, right? Before we get into our question of the day is, do you have any success stories for us? Like as far as like in your career and what you do every day, like a success story to promote homeowners insurance to buyers, like something that you've seen happen. You're like, I love my job.
Oh yeah, like I hate to say I told you so.
I love a good I told you so.
I love a good I told you so. When something happens, I'm like, see, I told you should have had that coverage, and they had it. It's like, now you're finna have this check.
I love a check.
You put your trust in me, and now you have checks.
I'm sold.
Right. I love that. Alrighty, well, thank you, Herve, for telling us all about insurance. I feel a little bit better because it's always that side where I always transfer it to you to educate the clients, but now I feel like I know a little bit better.
A little bit more. Now I am setting up time to call my agent on Monday, and if it does not line up,
are my Birkins on that list?
Once you pay for the year, you have to stick with them for the year, though. Can you switch it out?
Switch out at any point in time of the year. Like, you can add coverages at any point in time.
You just let the lender know because they pay for transfer that
They're
out
going
of
to
your...
charge it to your escrow account. So
Nice.
good.
Okay.
I'll let you know if I
gotta
gotta-
put my Birkins on mine because I didn't
Exactly. If something happens to it, get a police report. Get some
gotta put it
Birkins.
on there.
They're not talking nice. I'm gonna have to switch.
Do you know if now lenders are the only one that are able to? Can you pay your own insurance on the side?
Yeah.
People
You
still
can
do
pay
that.
out of pocket.
Oh, okay,
If
okay.
you want to, it's actually a discount.
Oh,
I don't want to forget.
I feel
I learned
good,
a lot
y'all.
today.
That
I
was
did
very
too.
satisfying because insurance is like one of those things that was like, yeah, I'll just connect you with my agent, but now I feel very knowledgeable.
Yeah, seriously, yeah. It's like I thought I knew, which I knew a little bit, but it's like, okay, now I know a little bit.
Yeah.
You got me with that part, like the factors that y'all look into.
Yeah, I was like,
know
not
that.
y'all looking at my credit.
That'd be the extra little
Now I got an
inquiry. You like, who
insurance
did
credit
that?
score. I got credit scores everywhere.
Right. So you guys, now we're going to transition into our favorite segment of the day.
Our question of the day.
Question of the day with Miss Ashley.
Yeah, so if this is your first time tuning in to our show, we have this segment called the Question of the Day where we take questions from you guys, our audience, and you can submit your questions to us via Instagram. So be sure to follow us at Real Talk Atlanta or send us an email at realtalkatlpod@gmail.com. So today's question is perfect for Herve since you're here. Someone wanted to know, and I think it's good for all of us to know, but what other factors or considerations as far as insurance is good to know, whether it's a buyer or a current homeowner?
Okay, so really it's about, can you go somewhere that can help cover your total picture, right? So I mean, the homeowners is one side of things, but also having an auto. If you're an investor and you do rental properties, can you get an umbrella policy? Because rental properties, especially you got Airbnb, you don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah, that's different. Yeah.
And people might throw parties over there.
Turn your
Somebody-
house into a bed.
I can tell you stories from some of my clients that have happened, and I'll be like,
I bet it's crazy, especially out here in Atlanta.
the bag.
but yeah, so just like, think about considering your total picture, protecting every risk area of your life. I mean, life insurance is a huge thing, but disability insurance is something that you should consider.
For sure.
If you can't work for whatever reason, making sure that you still have that check coming in.
Yeah.
I think I'm sick.
But just protecting every facet of your life, your business.
Yeah.
For sure.
Stuff is continuous.
That's
I love
important because I think as I've gotten older, I've realized like I value the things that I own more and the things that I work for. And I really want to protect all those things. So I think that's great.
I think there's a moment for all of our parents. You know, when you're younger, your mom or your dad buys you something, they're like, you need to take care of this.
Yeah.
And they're like throwing it over. I spent my hard-earned money on this. And I'm like, I don't want to hear it no more. Like, Mom, please.
Yeah.
But now that I'm grown, like, it just be little stuff that I be like, well, I paid a lot of money for that.
Yeah.
Don't do that. So I feel the same way about insurance. It's like, I own a home and I want to make sure like it's safe and it's protected and nothing happens. I own cars and I want to make sure it's safe and protected and I want it to be treated with the utmost amount of love and respect. And I think that's what insurance is. I think insurance is giving the utmost amount of love and respect to your properties in the event someone disrespects your property, you are still well taken care of.
Exactly,
And
right.
expect the unexpected. I think a lot of people think things won't happen to them until it does.
Until
It
And then
will.
you're right.
Right.
And that's what that life insurance, people be like, you got to set up that GoFundMe
Yep.
because you didn't have that life insurance.
Oh my God.
Get that life insurance.
that's
Baby,
real.
do we
Okay.
have 30 more minutes?
Okay, if you can, or you 45, you need life insurance. Again, shout out to my parents.
You're right.
'Cause we always got life
And like you said, like it's protecting about what matters most. Like
Yeah.
home matters, your auto matters, but your life,
Your
you
life matters. You
bro.
matter. Like your family. If
Trust-
something happens, you never know. Like yeah.
And we're not trying to be morbid, y'all, but I will say, like, stuff happens every day. We just went through a global pandemic, and I know it's a whole bunch of people that wish, like, dang, I wish I would have invested. Just forward thinking. So,
Like, you would have thought, like during the pandemic, like life insurance was just flying out.
You would think.
No.
they was like, we in the house, ain't nothing gonna happen. Ain't nothing gonna happen to us.
We eating good. Like, no, that's really
Please,
good.
y'all. Insure the
Bag. Moral of the story.
Yes.
Period.
I love it.
Oh my God. Thank you
That's
again,
great.
Herve, for joining us. And, we appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for coming.
We'll have his information in the show notes. So if y'all need to get somebody for your insurance, contact him for
Come
sure.
on. G
I'll
Herve
help you
will
insure the bag.
I love
Bye, you
that.
guys.
Bye.
See you guys next week.